This week on New Dad Gaming, the dads have sifted through the announcements from Nintendo Direct and walked through what they have on tap. Another surprise announcement from Nintendo throws the dads for a complete loop for being so out of the box. And for the Gaming Dad Victory of the Week, we meet SalveyB, who puts together an incredible game streaming channel, all while being a father. All on New Dad Gaming. The adult beverages are poured, the kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 3-month-old and a 2-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
I guess it's 2.5, but he's in that range. He's in that range. And it's definitely smack dab in the 2s, because like it's horrific, terrible 2s. Like it's you'd think that it's like either overblown or that's just a stereotype you don't want to get into, but no, it's
a straight up name for it.
It's a medical condition. Like it's not a cliche. It's a diagnosis for what on earth happens to kids when they're 2 years old. But we will get into that. Plus, we've gone through all the Nintendo news. If you listened to last show, there was a secret Nintendo Direct event that was coming up. The internet just lost their heads. They've announced everything it is. We're going to go through one by one, including a surprise announcement today that is so out of left field you would have never guessed it. Think of whatever you could think. What would Nintendo be?
Yeah, exactly.
Like surprise Nintendo. No, go further. It's even weirder. But before we go to that, though, first things first, it's time for our Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. Each week, we give recognition to a gaming dad who's going above and beyond in his gaming, his fatherhood, or both. This week's recipient, and this is a really cool one, it's a gaming dad streamer who goes by the handle SalveyB. SalveyB, SalveyB. And we'll make sure to include the link to the stream and everything else in the show notes. Among father duties, which apparently he does really well because he has a Best Dad mug, and I don't think they just give those away. So.
I don't think so either. You have to earn your way.
Man, we need a mug for this award at very least. Best Dad and also Gaming Dad Victory recipient. But between all the amazing father's duties, he's also amassed a great following of viewers who have subscribed to his stream. So he is doing great, successful things with his video game stream. As of this recording, he's been recently diving into FIFA, into Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battleground. These videos are awesome. Like they are really enjoyable to see. It's all done really high quality. A lot of interaction with the fans, and the crazy thing too is when you're looking at the stream, like it's just everybody 5-star ratings and comments.
Oh,
like
really?
Yeah, like it's total 5 stars across the board, and that's not surprising. Like it's well deserved. So it's just a great example of a dad achieving something extra, and it's all the better because it's within a passion, a hobby, most notably for us, video games. And I think, like Jeff, you dipped your toe a little bit into game streaming, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did a little bit myself, and then with my son, which was fun.
That was the Stardew Valley stuff.
Yeah, so that was pretty easy to stream too, because you could start and stop pretty much any time. So it's a little bit different with multiplayer stuff like Fortnite and stuff, but no, it's interesting. It's kind of a different way to play too, because at first I found you're kind of under pressure to figure things out. So if there's like a game that you're kind of fumbling around with, you're like, well, I can't upload this. I look like an idiot.
And I died again. I died again.
And that's it. Yeah. So
that'd be one of my big concerns, is just how bad I am at video games. It's just like,
right?
Like imagine if I was trying to stream some of my Street Fighter nonsense, and like, so what is this stream? Is this just you losing always? like
fail stream. Just
fail stream. Yeah, dad fail stream. But no, not this one. So it's like even better too is just like what's related. It's kind of great because not only is it high quality and the game's really interesting, he's a great personality, but it's just that relatability because it comes from a place of fatherhood. Like there's kids in the mix. Like so, it's when you're watching something, and if you're into streaming, watching folks play, that extra level to it really makes it great, and you know, all the more impressive. Being able to find that time, put in everything else, like so. So we highly recommend to check out the his gaming stream. So that's SalveyB, and again, we'll make sure we link it into the comments. Great quality output, unique perspective coming from one of us dads, and a well-deserved winner of the Gaming Dad Victory of the Week.
Yes.
So
it's a prestigious award, we must say. Like the win of the week.
The mug would be a really nice.
We need to add a mug.
At very least, like we seem to be failing on our duties.
T-shirt.
Well, let's not go crazy.
We're on a dad budget here. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's a hard enough time for us to afford video games, let alone.
Yeah.
But if there was a mug, it would be well deserved. So kudos all around. Everybody check out that stream, please. So, as mentioned, Nintendo on the previous week, as we were coming up to the recording, they had just teased the Nintendo Direct announcement. And
Right.
Jeff, you want to go into a bit of a recap of how that all went down? Because you had actually informed me of it.
Right. Like, in the past, Nintendo always did a Nintendo Direct of some sort in January, and everyone had all these rumors that it was going to happen. I think it was January 11th or something like that. And everybody was hyped for it. Nintendo was trolling everybody with adding new pictures that had no context on their Twitter and Facebook accounts. So everyone was ready for it, and then it didn't happen. And then, surprise, it happened the day after. And they released a whole bunch of stuff that people kind of knew it was there, and then maybe some pleasant surprises, maybe some disappointments, but they did it. I'm wondering if they weren't going to do one, and then they saw the outpouring of support, and they're like, let's just throw something together, just quick, just get it out.
Yeah, you know those secret projects? Let's just like lift the veil. Also,
Yeah, just a little bit.
and some of it though was like not. Yeah, it's a weird mix of things, and we'll go through. But I mean, some of it is like just downloadable, like DLC. Like some of it is like previously announced stuff, and it's like, okay, this feels a little rushed. I mean, there was a few cool ones. But
nothing like Smash Brothers type like launch. No, like it was a Nintendo Direct Mini, so it wasn't like their full presentation, but it did happen.
Yeah, I'd say there's only the one game. No, okay, I'd say there's the two that I think really were the winners of the particular event. That, like, if there's going to be anything, but let's just dive right into it. So,
Yep.
We have it listed out here. So, The World Ends With You. So
That's a neat thing.
Did you play that one? I'd heard raved reviews about it.
I played it at a friend's house for a bit. I don't.
Did you get permission from your mom first to go over?
Yeah, I know. I know. It's so hard being a dad and owning consoles. Like you just need to pick a stream and go. So I didn't have a Nintendo. I think it was on the DS. I guess it says on the Nintendo DS. Yep. So I haven't really gotten into it, but it's a neat game, and for them to re-release it on the Switch creates that much more opportunity for this game to be played and seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's good. It's an interesting choice because, again, I think it's a type of thing, even if it's not your bag, if you're a fan of the industry, the gaming industry, like this type of thing is great to see because it's a little different. It's a little further out, right? Like it's a little less...
It pushes Nintendo's like limits too, right? Like it's a little bit...
different for sure. It's a little bit off, and it's kind of cool to see these like little things that don't exactly go into the same beats. So that was kind of cool to see. Pokken Tournament DX DLC. So I mean that's
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The best part, like I had to review because at first it was Pokken Tournament. I'm like, did they misspell Pokemon?
What's going on? They should know by now.
Or have I always misspelled Pokemon? Like what is going?
How old am I?
But it's just called Pokken. I don't... Pokken. That's what it is.
I'm not sure.
Okay. That's a thing. DLC coming. So nothing
go.
that big with that one. Kirby Star Allies. Now, I think a Kirby game on its own would be relatively big, but this has already been announced.
Yeah. This is just like a re-showing of it, saying, hey, it's still on tap for first quarter.
So it's a little lame.
Yeah. It's like,
That's still they showed some new stuff off, so like reminder of stuff that's coming. I think that's a type of title that's going to be fantastic from a dad perspective.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dragon Quest Builders. So the demo is out now. And
Yay!
Demo is out and the rest of the game comes out this month. So it's a Minecraft clone, except done in the Dragon Quest universe.
Yeah, it's really neat. I've played the demo on PS4. It actually is really cool.
It looked like a much more polished, charming, kind of cute version of Minecraft. Which, if I think for someone like me, I don't think you've dived that much into Minecraft, have you?
No.
You know, for guys like us who have kind of been on the periphery of it, like it's kind of like if you're going to get in, this is probably a bit more streamlined.
Yeah, and you have the nostalgia of slimes. You get to fight slimes.
Yeah, finally. Finally, Minecraft. Of course, you know there's a mod for Minecraft. That's slimes.
Oh, probably, yeah.
So the demo's out now. The rest of the game comes out end of the month. Again, just kind of a reminder of it. Hyrule Warriors Ultimate Edition. Now, this was an interesting game. Did you have awareness of this one on the previous? I think it was Wii U.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So it's Dynasty Warriors.
Oh.
But with Link and...
With Link
and the entire cast of Zelda and Link.
Huh.
So you can play as Ganon, you can play as everything. Like, and again, this is one of those ones that were huge reviews. Like, people just loved it. Like, it's very classic Dynasty Warriors. So you versus 20,000 nameless people zipping around in like what very much seems like Japanese crazy fighter action arcade game. Except you're in the Zelda universe.
Huh.
So, but again, it's rave reviews. People just seem to absolutely love this thing, and now it's coming to Switch.
That's not bad.
Support.
There you go.
All right. So
Something else.
So here is what I would contend to be. It's hard to say. I'm going to call this the biggest one because the other one is again kind of a port. But Mario Tennis Aces, which also happened to be my guess for the previous week. So score one for me.
You did, yeah, that is true. +1.
It felt right. It's like, you know what? Like, you know which was a beloved franchise? It was a beloved franchise. It'd be fantastic to have it on Switch on the go, especially with like 2 controllers. Like, you can just have your Switch there and like pass off one of the little Joy-Cons to your buddy sitting beside you.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it's got like a full story mode, everything else, like awesome.
The story mode looks cool. Like you're fighting one of the Venus flytrap, whatever they're called, big flower plants. That looked kind of neat, like the little single player story mode.
Yeah, for sure. And just like if it's able to retain the same tightness of controls that the other ones did, like I would be all over this game. Like I played Mario Tennis 64 to death.
Yep.
Love that game. So brand new game coming. That like, I think if anything else, they probably maybe just started with that one. It's like, hey, we're gonna announce this,
and then go down,
and just throw the rest of it. Like it's like, oh shoot, we gotta like pump up this event. So Wise, do you know how to pronounce this?
I think it's Yeez.
Is it Yeez? Okay, so it's Y-E-S.
Yeez 8. Yeah.
8. I played a Yeez game once on an old dumb phone in like the 2000s.
Really?
Yeah, like they'd ported one. That's the only exposure I've ever had to it. And like this is a phone that had just one of those like little nubs in the middle. I'm talking like it had contacts and that's it. Like there was nothing. And
wow.
Yeah, and you would just go in one of the directions, and whatever direction you were moving would be also kind of your slash.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I think back on it, it's really quite the achievement that they got like everything from an RPG into like this dumb phone.
Yeah, I
like a glorified Nokia. So it's great now because anytime in life I get to see Yeez, it's like that's the first thing I remember. But anyways, that's an RPG from 2017. So again, that's just a port. There's an update coming to Super Mario Odyssey.
It's kind of neat.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love Odyssey, but I don't have a Switch. But
SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy.
It's a frenzy just to say that.
Yeah.
SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Tag Team Frenzy.
It just rolls off the tongue. So the SNK fighting series, but apparently it's just the female fighters from it.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. Seems like more of a... what's the company that does that awful beach ball?
Dead or
beach
Alive?
volleyball stuff. Dead or Alive, yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing like that. Sorry, we shouldn't like lump those two together.
Yeah.
But there seems to be very much relying on nostalgia. Anybody who likes the SNK fighting game series, and it's a brand new property, so this is like brand new for the brand new game coming to the Nintendo Switch. It looks like it'll be like a fun little download if you're a fan of the fighting series. Mario Rabbids DLC. So again, just kind of like some new content, nothing that interesting. This next one, I just realized I've been talking this entire time. Jeff, why don't you take it from here for a second?
The next one is a little bit violent for Nintendo. I'm actually kind of surprised on this, but I know they're trying to get another, the more hardcore gamer market. But Payday 2.
Yeah, never would have thought of that.
Never would have thought that. It is a port. I do hold a grudge against the Payday people because they don't fix their games on PlayStation, but maybe this one works out. I don't know. We'll see.
Now, is that a personal grudge you feel? Because had you played any of the Payday series?
I have. I think it wasn't on.
Is it a decent dad game? Like,
well, it's not really. Well, yeah. Like you play a bank robber and you go in and rob a bank, and there's a team trying to stop you. So it's kind of like if you're into Counter-Strike, same idea, just with banks. In my opinion, and
yeah, that much I saw. It just kind of seemed like very super Twitch heavy. Like you better be really awesome at shooting, and you're online. Like you have to be on a team. Like it has to be online multiplayer.
It does, yeah. I don't think they have a bot. I could be wrong that you can play a bit against bots, but it's much more enjoyable in multiplayer. And there's like different kind of goals to kind of run away with the cash prize in the round. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of been broken for a while, so we'll see what they do.
Yeah,
I kind of fell out of it.
Wouldn't have expected it, and then like it's surprisingly adult for Nintendo.
Yeah, very adult. So the next one, Fee and Celeste, a new original from EA. I have not heard of that one.
It's indie coming. So it looks like an indie game that's like supported or backed from EA.
Yeah, looks kind of neat.
Okay, so this is two different games. So there's Fee, and then there's like FE, and then Celeste.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
they're paired. They're not paired.
Yeah. So the way this article listed is very not very helpful for us here.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let's see this.
Fee or FE or whatever you call it.
Beautiful.
Looks almost like
game.
a side scroller type thing.
Seems like it.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm getting a trailer coming up. I'm gonna here comes the play-by-play. We're gonna do this all together.
All right.
Okay, the sound is way too loud. Can I go ahead and turn that down? Okay, climb, glide, and dig your way through a dark Nordic forest and explore its living, breathing ecosystem filled with secret side quests and mystical creatures. It is very reminiscent of Ari and the Blind Forest.
Okay, perfect. That's a great kind of addition.
Oh, this is a very beautiful game. So it looks a little bit like the. Okay, so you're actually kind of behind. It's not side scrolling. It's a 3D platformer.
Oh, okay.
3D platform adventure. It's got kind of like the Limbo aesthetic, although like I call it like a more childish cartoon. Not to dismiss it as in like childish, but like it's colorful. Like the animals have a lot of character and charm to them, but it's done with that. Like everything's like kind of black based with like highlights of colors. Yeah, so that's beautiful. That's a great looking game.
Nice.
So this one feels at home on a Switch. Okay,
Yeah.
Celeste
looks the same. It feels like home on Switch because it is like it is a 2D kind of Super Meat Boy-esque pixel game.
Okay.
Like a jump platformer. Trying to escape all the spikes kind of thing. So that's kind of neat.
Alrighty. So, yeah, so 2 nice little pickups there.
Yeah.
Good on them. It's kind of nice to see EA put out some content. Hopefully there's no microtransactions, or
Yeah.
you can pay like double and you can receive like extra Faye credits. I don't know.
The Ultimate Edition. Yeah.
Poor EA.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long road for them and to gain trust back in 2018. Let's see. What's next on the list here?
We have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So that's a redo.
Another redo. So
Kind of neat with Donkey Kong.
I
But
was watching like one trailer. It's like now including like, hey, do you remember Surfer Kong? I'm like, not really. It's like, hey, you can play him now.
okay.
Cool. It's Funky Kong.
Amazing.
Like, remember, so The Simpsons, when they introduced the dog, like the cool dog character.
Yes.
Dude, I don't know what it is. What is that guy's name?
Oh, I have no idea. That's tapping my memory. I'm not having it right now.
All right. And now we enter the Google section of the program. Here we go. I want to say like Barksy, but I don't think that was it.
Oh, probably something like that, like Rough or something.
And dog.
I want to know
Voice.
your Google search terms.
Okay, so we got
Cool
Simpsons,
dog.
Homer, voice. Oh, cool. Okay, cool is definitely what I should add there. Okay, Google says Simpsons, cool, dog, Homer, voice. Survey says Poochie.
Poochie. Oh,
Immediately.
close enough.
The best part is I love immediately. It knows what I want. So yeah, so when you're looking at Funky Kong, it basically feels like Poochie
It does.
in Game Boy. It's like, hey
Yes.
kids, do you like radical chimpanzees who have like awesome flips and nice
headbands.
surfboards? Oh, yeah.
Come on in. Join us with an all-new kind of game. It's actually a remaster. Or,
Radical.
yes.
Oh, but,
So that's okay.
So this next one, possibly in some ways, besides tennis, I think the most interesting / like enticing thing of this entire list.
/ I like what you did there.
Yeah. I wish I was on purpose.
Dark Souls Remastered, which is crazy. I remember playing the original, and it's hard.
And you played that? That is like
I did.
I'm sorry.
I
That game
attempted
is that game is anti-dad. I'll say
it totally is. And I had a young baby at the time, and it was not possible to do.
You do not have time for that.
No, and I think I mentioned it once before, but the pause screen doesn't pause. Like there's no you can't stop time.
You can't stop.
It kind of just goes. So you have to get to a save point, or you just hope you don't die in a corner.
Away from keyboard, just kind of chilling out.
Please help me. So that's a very hardcore game for Nintendo to have on their system. So they're trying.
Yeah, so Payday and Dark Souls, like bringing it in like that.
Yeah.
Again, like just coming out of like left field, like would never have expected them to be able to land that, or for them in some ways to be willing to bring it, but they seem to be really pitching this. And I think like what's kind of cool is if they keep going this angle. And sorry, I'll take a quick digression. Have they announced Doom for Switch yet?
I don't know. I thought they did, but no one knows what it's gonna look like. I thought they did, but though I'm not entirely positive.
I'm trying to remember. Because I think I might be merging what everybody was asking and hoping for versus. No, okay, Doom for Nintendo Switch from Nintendo.com. So, age verification. So I go to the Nintendo sites for Doom. The first thing I hit with is an age verification. So, take it easy there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, has this thing been out already? Oh,
it's November. It was already gone.
Oh, jeez.
We're behind. This is the dad news as you hear it. It's just a couple months behind.
To my credit, I had an infant at the time.
Yeah, no, totally.
This one flew past me, but so between this, so Doom, Dark Souls, Payday 2, like they are not kidding around. They seem to really be trying to bring this to an adult audience. And from a dad perspective, Like, we've discussed at length just how far and away this is the better family console.
Yeah.
Mario games, Zelda, anything you like. And then for them to start to kind of bring in this back catalog of these awesome quote-unquote adult games as well, for when the kids are in bed and the adult beverages are poured.
Yes.
Time for New Dad Gaming.
That's right.
So it's cool, man. It's going to be fascinating to watch this year and even next, like, as they start to like had that interesting balance of cool, family friendly, lots of fun, but also Dark Souls.
Also Dark Souls, maybe a little Call of Duty in there. Who knows?
Man, do you think they would ever bring a Call of Duty to Switch?
I don't think they can right now because their online is kind of screwed up. Once they kind of get that worked out on how to connect to their network.
But let's say they can. Like, let's say that's all resolved. Like, do you think they would? It feels a little far for me.
Well, if you did it properly, because Nintendo's really good on family settings and parental controls. So if you kind of promoted that around the same time, maybe. But they would be risking a little bit of their image with family friendly, I think. But I mean, then you got Doom, so I don't know. And Payday, which is not like a fun clown mask on the front. It's like a guy with a rifle. So
yeah. So on the Doom side of things, I think that's almost cartoonish style violence, right? Like, it's just so overblown. It kind of like it surpasses it, but until you'd say Payday, like, I wouldn't believe it because, like, okay, it's super.
Yeah.
Man, that was even online, because the first thing when you said family filters, I'm like, what, are they going to be able to family filter out racist 12-year-olds that scream obscenities in these games? But there it is with Payday. I mean, unless they just
it'd be funny if they did filter out stuff like that and you just heard like a Mario voice instead, like, oh no. Oh no, here I go.
Or the coin, ting.
Yeah.
You mother, ting, ting, ting.
Yeah. You do a good job.
It's a me.
It's me. But no, yeah, they're firing on all cylinders. They're trying to make this console work. This is way more effort than what the Wii U had. That just died in the water.
Oh, the poor Wii U. And you just say it and you just get these like sad feelings, like, oh.
Yeah, that's right. Even the name alone is just, you killed the console before it even came out.
But so a bunch of these things came out of left field. But if you think this is left field, you've not even begun to understand left field. Like, you're still so far in right field. You don't understand how far left Nintendo's field goes.
You've got to think outside the box.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Right?
Dad pun, he did it.
Oh my God, this is the first of the year. First
we have a winner. Gaming Dad Victory of the Week. Gaming Dad Pun of the Week. Out of the box. So why don't you run us through? So I find fascinating before we even get into it. It's just like, so they had the Nintendo Direct,
right?
And everyone's like, okay, thank you. I can go to bed at night.
Yeah,
I know what you're bringing to me. And then they just announced this today. It's just like, also this.
A very exciting announcement and something for kids, which is right up our alley. Which is Nintendo Labo. Sounds like a bunch of letters put together, but it's kind of a neat idea with a bunch of cardboard, believe it or not. You take out this stenciled cardboard and a template that I guess you can buy with the game and make a whole bunch of peripherals for the Switch that work in different ways. Like, I think their trailer showed you can make a little robot, you can make a fishing reel and reel in fish, you can make a little birdhouse thing. They even had a full-size like robot. You can make yourself into a robot and punch, and the strings move the cardboard, which controls the robot in game and stuff like that. It looked pretty cool. Like, you're getting kids to create stuff and put it with video games. You're pairing that together.
Yeah, like to try to take that further, because it's just like it bears repeating to understand like what they're doing here, because it is just
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It is cool. It is interesting. So the one that you see is it's a cardboard slab. Parts are cut out, and you take it and you fit it together. Fine. Like the one that I see, I'm looking at here is you take your Switch console, screen console. I'll call it
screen. It's a console. It's the same thing. Yeah.
So you take the console and you slot it into this main area, and then you take your two Joy-Cons and you put it into the side of it. This cardboard that you've played, like this box that you've put together based on this pattern they give, and they sold you this box. Now you've slotted this thing. It is now a functional motorcycle, just like the old arcade machines. So your screen is in the middle, and you have these handlebars that you've slid your Joy-Cons into. The Joy-Con with a moving part. So the Joy-Con is in the one, and it's following the gyroscope, so like it knows when you're turning it, and you are turning the one side to give gas to just like a motorcycle. So
I don't understand how they came up with this. Yeah, I have no idea. This is a crazy achievement to me.
Yeah, like Jeff said, like the one is like a fishing rod, so it is a literal they have the Switch sitting on the ground, and this fishing rod actually extends out, and there's a rope. And you put your Joy-Con in, and then you are actually moving it. You are real life reeling this fishing rod to fish in game on your Switch, which is sitting on the floor. Like the bird. There's a gas pedal for a car. So like that's on the ground. You're pushing it down. There's an elastic that brings it up and down. And because like the Joy-Con slides into this piece of cardboard. So again, like it's a piece of, they sell you this piece of cardboard.
They're selling you cardboard. You heard it here first.
And you assemble it, and then you can functionally use it in a game, like a third-party peripheral.
Yeah, forget.
And it's not even all like, it's not just like fully game. Like there's one where it's a kind of like a bug, where you attach Joy-Cons to the side and it uses the vibration
to move, right?
Yeah,
that's neat.
Like I'm still just trying to process this. Like it's just,
you know which one kind of I can't get my head around is the piano. How does it know? Like the guy is in the trailers, he's pressing different keys and they're making different notes. So is the cardboard just pressing against the touch screen of the console?
Yeah,
and it's making note. Like I don't get it.
I was trying to look at that too, and there's just unless they all correspond like close enough to a Joy-Con button. Let's go. Hold on. Okay, let's Sherlock Holmes this. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 buttons. 13 piano keys.
Right.
A Joy-Con has
not that.
Not that many. Okay. Well, okay, but 2 Joy-Cons together.
But it does have a touch screen, right?
Yeah, but there's nothing touching that screen.
Is there something behind it going in? I don't get it.
I think, man, it's got to be Joy-Cons. Like I'm telling you, so you have like, hold on. So you have A, B. You have the top 2, so you have 4. You have start and select, I think.
Yeah.
So you have 2.
You think cardboard's going to be hitting that button hard enough, though? We need to buy this, even if we don't have a Switch, just to see how it works.
Well, like the quality of it's too. Like it's not trying to not be cardboard, but they definitely all look like.
Yeah.
Like if you imagine like the incredible examples of cardboard art, or like, you know, you built your boy a ship, or you built him a airplane or something out of cardboard. Like it's funny because it stays within that realm, I find, where like it's not trying to hide the fact that it's cardboard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's incredibly high quality.
That's what kind of puts me off, because if I'm building this with my 7-year-old, there's going to be a tab that's been ripped off, or the face of it's bent. This is pristine, put together cardboard, even with a template.
And that's the thing. Like it would rip so easily. So the question becomes cost.
Yes.
Well, because the one like the robot suit, which is I think probably the coolest one. So like the kid puts on a backpack, and then he has two arms, like the two Joy-Cons get attached to kind of strings in the back so that it can monitor the punching of it. Like, and if you look at the back of the box, there's that. If you're looking at the video, Jeff, if you go to 215.
Okay.
Or sorry. But the complexity of the cardboard's nuts.
Yeah, that is, with all like the eyelets or whatever it's going through, and it's
and elastic bands.
Yeah, that seems like a dad nightmare to me. But they have a photo down below of this happy dad assembling it with his what looks to be a 10-year-old.
So
who knows?
It's just, like I said, I think you can hear in the way that we're describing this, like we're trying to understand. It's so hard to comprehend.
Good on them though. Like that is no one thought of this. I don't know.
It's so creative. Like it's just so far out there. Like Nintendo, like what, like PlayStation does VR first. I mean, but VR like had already been stepped into with Oculus Rift and Vive. So it wasn't like it was new territory, but it was definitely like a risky venture. But it was cool, far out technology, highly advanced. And Nintendo comes out with cardboard. Like pieces of cardboard you fold.
We got you covered. We're gonna dump R&D into cardboard.
But your head spins though. Like the possibilities of it. Like any game you've ever played could probably have some sort of peripheral. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn, bow and arrow.
Yep.
Or Skyrim.
Ooh, I wonder if they have if you can mod stuff, like make your own cardboard template.
See, that was the one that I was kind of interested in, is that would they allow people, because there would be some money in selling these things, and of course when they break, like
they must have the
templates.
They must have something online. Like it seems weird to me that Nintendo would just sell the stencil of it and that be it. Do you know what I mean? Like you could probably use your own cardboard, but why bother?
No. Yeah. I mean, if they don't, the thing is, if they don't,
then that's a really expensive piece of cardboard.
Well, worse, I mean, the problem is like people are going to do it, right? Like you'll buy it once. You'll be able to figure out like the lines, and then you just upload it online. So people are going to do it. It'll be curious to see how Nintendo gets ahead of it. Or if like Google VR. So when Google had Google Cardboard.
Yeah.
Again, what was interesting with them is they released it to everybody, right? Well, not released it, but I mean, in the sense that any Android phone can have Google VR. You can buy any piece of cardboard, or just make one yourself and slide it in. The only distinguishing feature was that the Google Cardboard came with the lenses, like that you knew for sure worked, and came with a special magnetic kind of switch that works so well with all the ones. So it's kind of like, if Nintendo more bundles that, like we have the highest quality version of this that's guaranteed to work, or you can go it alone.
Right.
So there's like the sales aspect of it, but then like you said, can you build your own?
Yeah.
Can you build a cardboard lightsaber?
Oh, don't mention that to kids. Can you imagine? Dad, I want that cardboard. I can build a lightsaber out of it. Paper towel rolls have come in to be used in your Switch.
Okay, so also say this. I'm looking at the piano, and they have the back open, and there's just nothing in it.
They're selling us an empty box, Trevor.
Hold on. Okay, they actually... So apparently the Joy-Con has some sort of sensor or camera. It is watching the keys being pressed. So you slide it into the back. And it is watching the keys in the back be pushed. And based on that, bring the sound. Okay, so I'm seeing IR checks. So it's like an IR blaster.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if the keys have like a little bit of like, if the IR blaster can pick up just like movement of things, or if like you need, like now my technology limitations are starting to hit. God, but like if you could not think of just immediately like 50 other things that they could immediately build, I am so curious about the price.
Well, they did list it for 80.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, less curious.
Yeah,
but for all of them, or like
no, I think I think it's 70 for the regular like one where you can build the piano and the racing wheel and the gas pedal or whatever else, and then they have another one that's just the robot, which is 80.
Oh, okay.
So that comes with the game. I guess you need the game or software or whatever it is, and then the cardboard's kind of thrown in there as well. So that's what makes me think that you can download the specs for the cardboard, but still, I would not want to make that out of my own cardboard with all the score lines and all that stuff. Like
the stuff is complicated enough. It's like there are so many folds. There's so many like intricate little things. Like you could technically do it, but it's going to take forever.
Yeah, this is going to be another market. There's going to be Kijiji stops and eBay shops. Buy your extra templates. Already done.
God, it's just this like Xbox One X, PSVR Pro. Oh, sorry, PlayStation Pro, PSVR, and cardboard. Like it's just such a. It's like they're not. They're just. It doesn't feel like they're a gaming company sometimes. Like
no, it doesn't. Yeah.
It's just entirely their own market. Like they don't have a competitor. They're just their own weird side shop that pays no attention to conventions or currently widespread ideas. They are just entirely on their own.
Yeah, no, they're just doing their own thing, and sometimes it works, like the Switch, and maybe this, and sometimes it doesn't with the Wii U. But
I mean, like, it's not too long ago. Like I built my son a parking garage out of cardboard. Nothing that looked this nice. But
did you just flip over a box? Did you?
No. I made some cuts. I made some so it had 2 levels. It had like a underground part. It had a ramp. I was pretty happy with it. But
look at you, yeah.
This is literally a activity that I had gone into with my son, and here they are like capturing that. Like they did it. They got it. So like it becomes like an argument for buying the thing. Like to a significant other, if you're trying to put them over the fence, like, listen, like, sure, I get to play Dark Souls, but look at all the. We're gonna like buy the robot kit, and we're gonna like put it together. It's gonna be bonding.
Right. Spend a good day or a week on it.
I just can't imagine. Like, if we were ever asked, like, what console do I buy for the family? It's just you can't even. It's not even close. Like I don't know what to say. Like it's just.
No, yeah. Man, who knows what else you're gonna come out with? This is only January.
It's more reassuring in that sense too. It's like if they're willing to, if they're taking these type of risks, if they're thinking this far, I don't want to say out of the box. If they're thinking this far,
oh come on, just say it.
But you did it so beautifully. If they're thinking this crazy, like this wild of concepts, like gloves are off. Like what else are they willing to do to really utilize this kind of unique form factor they've come up with? Man, kudos to Nintendo, man. Like
again, just crazy. Never would have expected it. Never would have guessed it.
Yeah,
and
I think
you get cardboard.
I think this show's basically just had us flabbergasted for 20 minutes.
And staring in awe, like, really?
Trying to comprehend it. Yeah, if anybody listening has not seen the Nintendo Labo video, it has to be seen to be believed.
They do good marketing videos on that stuff too. I will give them that as well. Like they practically sold me on just, again, I don't want to say just cardboard, but it's a well put together video, and you're like, huh, look at that.
It's like, yeah, I could get into that.
Yeah, I could do that thing.
Yeah, sure. But I think we need to go lie down and think about this some more. But with that, we'll wrap it up for the week. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you have any show ideas, questions, or anything else, you can find us at our website at newdadgaming.com, as well as all the social media sites. We'd love to hear from you. If you or someone you know is a great recipient for the New Dad Gaming Award of the Week, we would very much like to hear the story. We're seeing so many of them. We might actually pump it up to 2 a week just because there's so much interesting stuff there and so many great dads doing great gaming things. But would love to hear any stories that anybody has. You can find the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and any of the other podcasting services. We'd very much appreciate a subscribe, a like, and pass it along to any new dad who games, cardboard or not. Till next time, my name is Trevor, and I have a 2.5-year-old and a 3-month-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I'm going to build a Nintendo Switch out of cardboard.
Oh, man. I so badly want a new pun that's not out of the box, but it feels like let's see, collapse, take out the rain.
That's a good one. Yeah,
don't set it on fire. Like that.
Don't set it's a different kind of loot box.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, so Nintendo got the memo about how to make money off of loot boxes, except the first 4 characters were cut off from the facts. So they're like, oh, boxes, okay.
Done.
That's sure, we can do that. What about a fishing rod? Nintendo.
Okay.
Sure. All right, man. See you next week.
See ya.